Imagine standing on the sun-baked sands of Egypt's Giza Plateau 1,500 years ago. The air hums with the chants of thousands of workers, the creak of wooden sleds, and the thud of massive limestone blocks being maneuvered into place. Before your eyes rises not just a tomb, but a testament to human ambition, a structure so colossal it defies the limits of imagination. Welcome to the eternal enigma, unraveling the mysteries of the pyramids of Giza. In this deep dive, we'll explore the history, the engineering marvels, the wild theories, and the enduring legacy of these ancient wonders. Buckle up. This is a story etched in stone that spans millennia. Let's begin. Section 1. Dawn of the Pyramids. The Old Kingdom's Architectural Revolution. Approximate. 800 words. The pyramids didn't spring up overnight like some divine apparition. They were the culmination of centuries of architectural evolution in one of history's most innovative civilizations, ancient Egypt. To understand the Giza masterpieces, we must first trace their roots back to the very cradle of the Nile. Ancient Egypt's story begins around 3100 BCE with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under the legendary King Narmer, or Menes as the Greeks called him. This marked the start of the dynastic period, divided into kingdoms, Old, Middle, and New. The pyramids we cherish today hail from the Old Kingdom, specifically the 4th dynasty, roughly 2686 to 2494 BCE. This era, often dubbed the Age of the Pyramids, was a golden age of stability, prosperity, and pharaonic power. Pharaohs were seen as living gods, intermediaries between the mortal world and the divine realm of the afterlife. Their tombs weren't mere graves. They were eternal homes designed to ensure immortality. The journey to true pyramids started humbly with mastabas, flat-roofed, rectangular tombs made of mud brick or stone, housing the elite. These evolved under the 3rd dynasty's Djoser, around 2670 BCE, into the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, designed by the genius architect Imhotep, the world's first named architect and later deified as a god of wisdom. This 7-tiered behemoth stood 62 meters tall and marked the shift from simple tombs to monumental stairways to the heavens. Imhotep stacked mastabas atop one another, creating a stepped form that symbolized the primordial mound of creation from Egyptian mythology, where life first emerged from chaos. But the true pyramid shape, a smooth-sided marvel, emerged with Sneferu, founder of the 4th dynasty and father of Khufu. Sneferu's reign, 2613 to 2589 BCE, was a testing ground for pyramid tech. His first attempt, the Mitam Pyramid, started as a step pyramid but was converted to a true pyramid mid-construction. Disaster struck. The outer casing collapsed, leaving a jagged ruin that stands today as a haunting reminder of ambition's risks. Undeterred, Sneferu built the Bent Pyramid at Dashur, so named for its abrupt angle change from 54 degrees to 43 degrees midway up, likely due to structural instability from poor quality limestone. Finally, the Red Pyramid, named for its reddish iron oxide hue, achieved the smooth sides at a safer 43 degrees angle, standing 105 meters tall. These practice runs refined techniques that would birth Giza's icons. Why pyramids? Symbolism was key. The Benben stone, a sacred conical capstone representing the sun god Ra's rays, or the creation mound, topped these structures. Texts like the pyramid texts, incantations carved inside later pyramids, reveal beliefs in the pharaoh's Ka, life force, ascending to the stars. The pyramid's shape mimicked sunbeams piercing clouds, guiding the soul skyward. Moreover, practical politics played a role. Massive building projects unified the workforce, stimulated the economy, and immortalized the pharaoh's rule. The Giza Plateau, on the west bank of the Nile, the realm of the dead, was chosen for its elevated, stable bedrock and proximity to Memphis, the capital. Here, 3 pharaohs, Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, erected their legacies side by side, forming a necropolis that included temples, causeways, boat pits, and the enigmatic Great Sphinx. Khufu, or Cheops to the Greeks, ruled circa 2589 to 2566 BCE. His Great Pyramid, the largest, originally soared 146.6 meters, 481 feet, with a base covering 13 acres, enough for 10 football fields. It consumed 2.3 million blocks, averaging 2.5 tons each, totaling 6 million tons. Khafre, 2558 to 2532 BCE, Khufu's son, built a slightly smaller pyramid at 143.5 meters but aligned it to appear taller from afar. Menkaure, 2532 to 2503 BCE, is diminutive at 65 meters, perhaps due to waning resources or shifting priorities. These weren't solo acts. Surrounding them were queens' pyramids, mastabas for nobles, and solar boat pits. Like Khufu's intact cedar vessel, 43 meters long, ready to ferry the pharaoh through the afterlife. The complex was a city of the dead, pulsing with ritual life. But how did a Bronze Age society pull this off? Enter the engineering enigma. For centuries, popular lore painted pyramid builders as wretched slaves, whipped into submission under the pharaoh's lash, a trope immortalized in Hollywood epics like the Ten Commandments. But archaeology paints a far nobler picture. These were skilled Egyptian laborers, not Hebrew exiles who arrived millennia later. Evidence from the 1990s excavations by Zahi Hawass and Mark Leaner unearthed workers' villages near Giza, bakeries churning out 4,000 pounds of bread daily, breweries producing beer rations, and cemeteries with well-fed skeletons showing medical care for fractures and arthritis. Graffiti inside the pyramids names crews like Friends of Khufu or Drunkards of Menkaure, proud teams of 20 to 25 men, not faceless slaves. Herodotus's 5th century BCE account of 100,000 slaves toiling in shifts was exaggerated. Modern estimates peg the workforce at 20,000 to 30,000, including quarriers, haulers, masons, and overseers. Recruitment was corvée labor, seasonal farmers drafted during Nile floods when fields lay fallow, paid in bread, beer, and meat. Archaeologists found cattle bones indicating elite diets. These workers toiled 10-hour days, 3 months on, with rotations. Women baked and brewed, supporting the effort. Foreigners from Canaan occasionally joined, per Annals of Amenemhat II. Life was grueling yet communal. Barracks housed 2,000, with ramps and levers easing the load. Strikes happened. Papyri from Wadi al-Jarf detailed delays due to copper shortages for tools. Yet, the pyramids fostered innovation. Advanced surveying for perfect alignment, base sides equal to 0.05% accuracy, mathematics for volume calculations, and medicine via honey salves and splints. This human endeavor debunks alien theories peddled by fringe authors. As Egyptologist Joyce Tilsley notes, it encouraged civil service, boat building, and community spirit. The pyramids weren't built by gods or extraterrestrials, but by everyday Egyptians whose sweat and ingenuity echo through time. How do you stack 2.3 million blocks without modern cranes? The answer lies in ingenuity, not impossibility. Let's break it down. Materials. Core blocks came from local Giza quarries. Soft nummulitic limestone, easily cut with copper chisels. Finer Tyrrell limestone for casings sailed across the Nile, polished to mirror sheen, now mostly stripped from medieval Cairo. Granite for chambers hailed from Aswan, 800 kilometers south, 50-ton behemoths floated downstream. Transportation. Recent 2024 research by Iman Gonium's team, using radar and sediment cores, revealed the Aramat branch, a 64 kilometers lost Nile arm hugging Giza, buried by drought and sand 4,700 to 3,700 years ago. This waterway ferried stones via barges during floods, explaining pyramid density in now desert zones. Canals extended to sites, with locks like hydraulic lifts raising loads. Workers' logbooks confirm deliveries to the pool of Khufu. Lifting, ramps are key. Remains at Giza suggest straight, zigzagging, or wrapping ramps of mud brick and rubble, reaching 10 to 20% incline. Sleds on rollers or wet sand, reducing friction by 50% per 2014 experiments. Hull blocks, levers and counterweights aided precision. For the King's Chamber, internal ramps or levers hoisted granite beams. Precision, aligned to cardinal points within 3/60th of a degree, possibly via stellar sightings, debated Orion correlation, or solar gnomons. Summer solstice sun sets between Khufu and Khafre from the Sphinx. Voids detected by muon scans, 2017. Maybe stress relief spaces, not secret rooms. Alternative theories? Davidovitz's concrete idea, mixing limestone slurry into molds, gains traction for some blocks, but ignores quarried evidence. Hydraulic lifts via water shafts, plausible per Edward Kunkel's work, using higher ancient water tables. Spiral ramps, per Stephen Bricchieri-Colombi, fit math models. Herodotus claimed levers from level to level, but pulleys post-date Egyptians. No single method. A combo evolved over Sneffer's flops. Completion? Cuff. Step inside. Virtually. The real ascent is a claustrophobic crawl. Khufu's pyramid hides descending/ascending passages to the Grand Gallery, a corbelled wonder leading to the King's Chamber. This 10 times 5 times 5 granite vault holds a lidless sarcophagus, no mummy, robbed in antiquity. Above, 5 stress relief chambers. Below, an unfinished subterranean chamber. Mysterious shafts from chambers point north/south. Air vents? Star alignments to Orion/Thuban. Scan Pyramids Project found a 30 void above the gallery, 2017. Purpose unknown. Khafre's mirrors Khufu's but adds a lower chamber. Menkaur's as basalt sarcophagus, now lost at sea. No treasures or hieroglyphs. Decoration came later. Boat pits flank them. Khufu's disassembled solar barge, symbolizing Ra's journey. These interiors weren't just tombs. They were resurrection machines, per pyramid texts, ensuring the pharaoh's eternal rule among gods. Pyramids brutales. Herodotus's 400,000 workers? Inflated. Alien builders? Fringe fun, debunked by tool marks and villages. Edgar Cayce's Hall of Records. Unfound. The curse? Tut's tomb popularized it, but Giza's quiet. Alignment theories. Orion's belt? Dismissed by pros. Hydraulic power? Intriguing, but unproven. These myths endure because pyramids challenge us. How did primitives achieve such feats? Answer. They weren't primitive. One of 7 wonders, sole survivor. UNESCO site since 1979. Inspired Lincoln Memorial, Louvre Pyramid. Today, tourism clashes with preservation. Acid rain erodes casing. Lessons? Unity in labor, innovation under constraint. As climate shifts echo Nile droughts. Pyramids warn of hubris. The pyramids stand not as enigmas to solve, but mirrors reflecting our potential. Built by hands, fueled by belief, they whisper, eternity is crafted one stone at a time. Thanks for joining this odyssey. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite theory. Until next time, keep wondering.